Hello, and welcome to another episode of TSF Reviews. Today, we're going to be taking on All Stars 2, the sequel, or the finale, as they've written on their poster. We were supposed to be in All Stars 1, me and Suhaib, but since the internet was bad, we couldn't make it. Today, the internet is still bad, and that's why Asad and Umair aren't here. They would have loved to be, but since they're not, never mind, we got them. All right, so All Stars 2, I enjoyed over All Stars 1. There was a significant increase in quality, in camera work, in acting, in writing even, the major gripe that Sohaib had with part 1. Sohaib, your initial thoughts before we get into this?
Just like you said, the writing being a major factor that really turned me off from the first part. Even in the very beginning, the narration that they had in this movie, if that would have been a part of the first movie, I would have increased the rating by 2 points, easy. Just the narration at the beginning. It made a lot of sense. The story was cohesive this time. The effects that they had were very amazing, very good for a zero budget movie for kids doing out of their time, taking time out, and it was done very well that way. Um, Obviously, sure, 2 to 3 gripes I still have. That's Those aren't really gripes, I would say. I would say those are suggestions for them to really improve themselves further, because we really want them to make better movies, and make so we keep watching and we keep people entertained.
Yeah, definitely, because this is a great initiative on their part. It's glad to see that some filmmakers from Pakistan, are making superhero and stuff. Like we watch this stuff all the time, right? But to be actually making this is a big achievement for them. I would, say that. Um, yeah. But you were saying that the writing was better, the quality was better. What else was better this time?
One of the things that I really loved was the ending sequence. The ending sequence was done amazingly. I mean, the final fight, if that was like the entire movie, I would probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Okay, for the effort alone, because sure, the concept is it's cliched. I don't care about the concept. Okay, I care about the execution that they did. Okay, uh, the fight scenes were good. Okay, the acting by everyone was marginally better, especially Zahir, the lead character with the red hoodie. He really, got a very good acting in this movie. Probably Kabir was the better actor in the previous one. Not in this one. I would give it to Zahir for this one. They had better acting, better fighting choreographies, and when the final, when they merge together in that white hoodie, and they are shown, the one hitting, and then they are turning to the other one, because they're all combined into Zahir, that we know, but they show every one of them hitting one of their moves, and the transitions, everything was very well done. I would say
Very,
that was
very well
very
done.
well.
Yes, definitely well done. And I believe that the narration in the beginning of this really helps set the stage, because we lacked that stage setting that was in part 1. Because, you know, uh, the way this is set up, All Stars 1, I think they intended you to watch their other videos before the movie. For someone who hasn't been following them, like Asad said last time, it was really hard for us to get into. But this time, the stage is set. The mistakes that they've made in 1, they are no longer making in this, which is, like tiny technical errors. Names are being properly called out this time. You know who is who. I still have one gripe, okay, no matter how much they change it: the black hoodies. How am I supposed to know who is who? I mean, you could put a star on it all you want, but if they all wear the same black hoodie, how am I supposed to know? Now, they have different powers, they have different colors, okay? Everything else is different. Why can't they change their hoodies, man? Why can't they go and just get different color hoodies? They changed the blue hoodie to a red one this time. No. Why can't they change the black hoodies? Apart from that, that's the only technical error I see there. Apart from that, no technical errors this time around. They've really learned from their previous one.
I have two.
Okay.
First and foremost, the language. Okay, when you're acting, okay, there are British actors, there are American actors, they all have accents. But when they are doing a certain role, they are, they change their accents, they change their talking style according to the dialogues they're speaking. The dialogues in here, every one of them, all of them had the same dialect, the accent, and the speaking style, of the resident of that city. We have seen a lot of movies. We have seen Lal Kabutar, we have seen Lahore to Karachi. They have all been, there are a lot of movies and dramas in Pakistan of people living in Karachi. Okay, not everybody has to have that sort of an accent. If one character has it, that's fine. That's how you differentiate from characters. Okay, but if everybody has the same accent, the same dialect, the same talking style of half English, half Urdu, and the same hoodies, it's kind of hard to, and it's distracting sometimes.
Yes.
Because a person, I may be Urdu speaking, but I'm not from Karachi. Okay, you're not from Karachi. People not from Karachi might not vibe well with this. A person, when you're making a movie, you're making it for the general audience, not just for people in Karachi. Okay, so that's one of my major issues that I think that should improve on in the next movie. The second was sometimes in this movie they had time jumps, and sometimes they labeled those time jumps, but sometimes they didn't. Like Zahir was looking for the stone, he found the stone, then they were back again to present day where he's gone and everybody's wondering where he is. Then we are back to even before that when he was about to make a deal. Then we're back. There were crazy time jumps in this, and the scene cuts were kind of confusing sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes they even labeled those. That was good, but sometimes it was confusing. Overall, I think these two, and one issue story-wise was the disappearance of Kabir at the end. That did not, I did not understand where did he go. It was not explained.
He left.
He just opened the box. He's glowed white and he disappeared. I got a lot of vibes that because he said one person had to die. Maybe I thought that he was going to sacrifice himself by absorbing the powers of the white stone and making Musa kill him and all that. They were these are sort of the things that happen. I'm not saying that this is the route they should have gone, but at least they should have given an explanation of where Kabir went.
Yeah.
I mean,
some tiny dialogue would have really enhanced that moment.
Yeah, some tiny dialogue like, where did Kabir go? I don't know. I mean, maybe his power got absorbed. I don't know, whatever.
Something.
But the thing is that I think these are the only small, minute things that they really need to improve on. Other than that, good effort, really good effort, much better than the last one.
Great effort.
Yeah, much better than the last one. If we were in the previous review, we would have given it a hard time. Definitely.
Yes.
We won't be. We got to be honest because they asked us to review and we have to be honest with it.
Yeah.
But now having watched part 2, I think they have really worked on their mistakes.
Definitely. One thing that it wasn't odd, but what it felt to me like was it was more like a redo. Like they took their mistakes from one. They're like, this is our mistakes and we're going to fix this properly, which was a great thing, right? They did a redo rather than a sequel. I mean, it's still a sequel, but it had that feel that this is now a fresh page for them. And I really appreciate that, that they've taken that effort, because, a lot of people, they could feel like, no, what we did, we're not going to change that. We're just going to use that same vibe and move on. But no, these guys, they learn from their mistakes, and I am glad that they listen to feedback, and they're putting their soul into this,
Yeah. Yes.
also their soul stone, but that's something else. And yeah, I think this was quite good, as a movie. They are coming out with a series. Of course, we will be taking a look at that when that does come out, whether it be single episode or all at once, that we will decide at a later date. But for now, I think we should move on to our scores. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. What's your score?
Okay. And this is now, because this, you have to take part 1 into account. I have a 4 for part 1. Okay. I have a 7 in part 2. That is a significant jump. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that ripoff that's happening right behind you right now, because, well, that's something else. Okay. That's something else. But 7, I feel is a very fair score for this one, given that they've improved so much from 4.
Same for me. I personally had part 1 at a 3. But for me, this is a 6.5. You know what?
Let's
give it a 7. Let's give it a 7. Let's give it a 7.
All right. 7 is
7, because I would just give one point to give it a 7. The 40 minutes runtime for part 1 was harder to go through than the 1 hour 17 minutes of part 2. The 1 hour 17 minutes of part 2 went faster than the 40 minutes of part 1.
Better, much better. Yeah. But it would have been better as well. I wrote this in my notes. It would have been better as a TV series, but then, like different episodes, it would have worked better. But then, since they're already doing that, I think that point is redundant now. But yeah. Well, this is it from us. I hope you've liked this review, and you've watched. I hope you've watched part 1 and part 2 of All Stars, and our review to part 1. Everything will be available in the description below or somewhere up here. We'll have it. Do check out All Stars 1 and 2, and check out Titan Productions. They have a lot more videos on their channel. Like, they also have non-superhero stuff, which is quite interesting. And thank you from all of us. Thank you, Titan Productions.
One announcement from my side as well. This is like a goodbye video. I'm losing this background for the last time because I'm moving out of this phone.
Oh, I thought they were going to kill
I
you.
used to have stuff here and all that. It used to be fun, but this is the last time. From this background, back to the old stuff.
I thought you were saying goodbye because Titan Productions were going to come and kill you for what you gave to their score last time.
That's just layers have helped me find from you.
All right, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.